Do you want to know how to order a nice cold beer in Japan? Well, sure you do, everybody loves beer. And by the end of this video, I promise you'll be able to say "Watashi wa alcohol kudasai, chotto tasukete kudasai, namadai kudasai." So first off, there are 4 beer giants in Japan. We have Kirin.
No. Kirin Lager Biru kudasai.
Asahi.
Asahi Super Draught. Yep.
Sapporo. And lastly, Suntory. And all these beer brands are, well, delicious in their own respects. I personally prefer Kirin, but hey, anything goes, right? So when you're at the pub in Japan, you can't just say, "Hey, I want a beer," and then sit down and expect them to come with a nice, glorious pint of beer. That doesn't work here. You see, there are different sizes when it comes to draft beers here. And also you can order kind of like glass bottle. Actually, let's start with that glass bottle. So a glass bottle of beer in Japan aren't those small little pansy sizes, 330 milliliters. Well, you can actually get those too, but if you order a glass bottle of beer in any pub or izakaya in Japan, you'll most likely get the bigger versions, which are 633 milliliters. That's a pint, right? And you will get a little small kitchen glass to drink it with. And that's pretty fun. But you gotta pour it yourself like 1,000 times before you can finish the bottle, so... Then on to the draft beers. Now the first one is the little baby-sized one, Nama Show. Now this little baby-sized beer is around 200 milliliters and doesn't get you anywhere. It's nice if you just want a taste of the beer and not any buzz, but yeah, it's not for me. It's something I imagine a 12-year-old kid from Malaysia drinking. I don't know why. Next up is Nama Chu, which you can also call Nama Jockey. And the sizes actually vary for this medium-sized beer depending on which place you're in. It's everywhere between 350 milliliters up to 500 milliliters, which decently sized beer. Namadai is the next one, and that's the big league's big boy drink. Now it's actually this big boy's favorite size of beer. Probably why I'm huge. Now usually these bad boys come in around 700 to 800 milliliters, which is adult size. Some places they actually have Nama Giga, which is 1.2 liters and up, which is just a massive beer. So the most popular snack is the salted edamame. Now that's a soybean pod, which has been blanched or steamed, I think, and then salted. So you can either pop them in your mouth out of the pod, do not eat the pod, your tummy will hurt, or you can actually just put the whole thing in and kind of scratch it out. That way you'll get the nice salty taste as well as the soybean taste. Karaage is also a popular snack when you're eating. Well, it's actually kind of a meal. Deep fried chicken, baby, oh yeah. Now the quality of these vary severely from place to place, so eat it at your own risk. But hey, fried chicken is fried chicken, am I right? I'm right. Another popular thing to eat when you're having a little glug glug is actually short pickled cucumbers. Super delicious. They haven't been in the brine for a long time. Just a few hours and then out. So they're still sour, but they're also still pretty crunchy and nice. I mean, it's cucumbers with a little sourness. Pretty good with a beer. Cold cut roast beef is also one thing that's amazing to eat. I mean, eating meat while drinking beer, it's something that people have been doing for thousands of years, I presume. Are beers really 1,000 years old? It's gotta be older than that, right? It is. So if you're going to be eating and drinking a lot at one place, then you shouldn't just order a beer, and then a beer, and then a beer, and then some food, and then a beer. That'll pretty much hurt your wallet. So Japan has a solution for that. Let me introduce you to something called Nomihodai and Tabehodai. Now, Nomihodai is just amazing. You get a time limit, either 1, 2 or 3 hours for a set price, and then you have as many free refills of alcoholic beverages or soft drinks as you wish. It's like Disneyland for adults. It's amazing. I really like that. Now, Tabehodai is the same, 1, 2 or 3 hours, and then it's eat whatever you want. Of course, they have their own Nomihodai and Tabehodai menus that you can choose from. You can't choose from the whole menu, but you can pick as much as you want within that time limit from one of the respective menus. And then the greatest thing of all, many izakayas and pubs, they have a combination of Nomihodai and Tabehodai called Nomitabehodai, which means you can eat and drink as much as you want for the set time, or until you pass out in the toilet. Now, these solutions are super great if you're a big eater and drinker. You can just eat, and then when the time limit is almost over, they will tell you it's the last order for your time limit. Would you like to extend it 1 hour? And that's not really expensive either. So keep your eyes out for Nomihodai and Tabehodai, and then you will be well fed and pretty much wasted. There's so much to eat, drink and experience in Japan, and on this channel I'm taking a bit of a turn. I'm going to be traveling around the country, showing you all the amazing delicious food and drinks, and all the most interesting places that this place has to offer. I mean, there are a lot of YouTubers that are situated in Tokyo and big cities and just showing shit that happens there. Not me, boy. I'm going to be going to a little bit far off the beaten path. There are a lot of hidden gems here, so join me on the journey by subscribing down below, and I'll go down and grab myself a beer. Later!